So it's late at night. Well, it's not that late. I think it's around 11. So I'm pretty tired because I didn't get my afternoon nap. I'm sitting in a closet right now to come and talk. I just feel like I need to speak, and I just spent like, I don't know how long, but I just spent like maybe 30 minutes, like an hour talking to somebody, and then I started journaling, and now I'm recording. But before I did all of this, I had watched a video, and a young lady was saying that, and the person who I was speaking to also kept saying over and over again. So I felt like it was something that I needed to hear. And then, like I said, I got on my phone and I got on YouTube and I saw a video of a young lady saying the same thing that literally she had just posted minutes before I looked at my YouTube. And, they were saying, like, you have to stop caring about what people think about you. And I feel like the way that the lady on YouTube said it was very important, because a lot of times when you hear that, like, don't care what people think about you, I don't care what people think about you, I feel like the attitude with which it's said is very and I feel like of course that's not all that people mean. It's just that, like, when I often hear it, it's like it's just said so, it's just so casual, and it sounds arrogant even. It's like, I don't care what people think about me. Y'all already know, like, I'm that bitch, I'm that nigga, like, I don't care, and I feel like there's a place for that, especially if that's your truth. You might be that bitch, you might be that nigga, and perhaps something that's holding you back is that you're too caught up in what people who don't see your vision think of you, and so that's a distraction, right? But the way this young lady said on YouTube, she was like, she added more understanding to it, which I think is something that it really has hit home for me. Because I spend a lot of time analyzing situations. I analyze my emotions, I analyze my behavior, I analyze other people's behavior, and I brainstorm on what that could possibly mean. Like, what were they thinking? What was their intention? And I go back and forth, trying to really understand what has happened. And she was saying that sometimes not caring what people think about you is hard she said, when you have a good heart, because you are concerned that, have you erred? Have you done something offensive? Like, if this person is thinking poorly of you, is there good reason for that? What are your flaws? Did you do them wrong? Did you do them dirty? Did you misunderstand them? Did they misunderstand you? You keep going back and forth. And she said that, perhaps you have this response and you think like this because you grew up being gaslit. You grew up being blamed for circumstances, like, you're the one at fault, this is your problem, blah blah blah. And as someone who and I've always experienced this, but now, especially since I have been labeled as mentally ill, the people around me who know that cling to it desperately. If anything happens, if there's any upset, then what they say is that I am wrong, and their proof that I'm wrong, like, the only thing that they need is my mental illness. Oh, well, Danny did this because, she's crazy. Danny's crazy, so Danny's crazy. If Danny gets upset because Danny has been treated poorly, oh, Danny's overreacting. And why is she overreacting? Because she's crazy. Danny's crazy. She's not even perceiving what's happening correctly because, she's crazy. So I am constantly gaslit. Constantly. Anything that happens, the people who are close to me are not on my side. They do not see things my way. They do not agree with me. And they tell me in so many words that I am wrong. And why? Because I'm crazy. And so even before, and so I find myself so often just not speaking. But even though I'm not speaking, I already know what these people are going to say. So I'm already in my head. Well, you know, what happened? And I think on the one hand, I think that's good because it forces me to examine myself, and perhaps I'm too hard on myself, and perhaps sometimes I'm too lenient. But it forces me to examine myself and, really decide, is this how I really feel? Is this, what I really believe? Is this what I know? Like I know that this happened and that I didn't like it and I felt like it was wrong, or I know that, oh, I could probably let that one go, so I struggle with that. But the person I was speaking to, they were telling me, and it's like I felt like I didn't even say all this to, like, say how I was feeling explicitly. I was just explaining like different circumstances, and they were all like, it's seemingly out of nowhere, like, you cannot care what people think about you. You cannot care, and you cannot let people tell you how to feel. Like, you have to do what you think. You have to be satisfied with your choices, literally. Whatever happens, at the end of the day, truly, I am the one who has to be satisfied. Unfortunately, for me, in the way that I have spent so much time thinking, is that I am not going to be understood all the time, maybe even ever. I am not going to be the hero in someone's story, even for a night, even for a second, all the time, maybe even ever. I am going to face critics. I'm going to face non-believers, people who just don't agree with me, people who don't see things how I see, people who, no matter how eloquent I might be, no matter how unemotional I might be, no matter how analytical, no matter how many points of proof I have, they are set to be against me. They have already made up in their minds and their hearts that they are against me. That's just how it is sometimes. And there's nothing to be done about it, really. And I feel like I have struggled so long with the belief that there was something I could do about it, that maybe if I conceded this point, and maybe if I tried to understand them more, and I showed that I was very committed to understanding and communicating and getting through this thing, then maybe they would show me the same courtesy. No. 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 They will take advantage of that. Some of them, I'm not saying not everyone, but certainly the people around me, unfortunately. They would take advantage of that. They will use that to their advantage, and it will count as a weakness against me if I allow it. So it's just something that very impactful for me, very helpful, very meaningful, is, just this idea that I have to let go. I have to let go. I have to let go. I have to thrive while being looked down upon. If I want, I can either just be buried and that be that, Or while I'm still alive, I can, choose to, as much as it's in my power, to, live a life that I am satisfied with, that, I am satisfied with. That when I am taking my last breath, I tell myself, well done. Something that I've learned as I got older is that apparently I am I'm an outlier, and and perhaps it's because I do really try to put forth effort in understanding other people's perspective. I feel like I'm not really all that different from other people. I feel like there are lots of other people who feel the way that I feel about a lot of things. But, like I said, like the people around me are, so hell bent on making me feel like I am some alien, like I am just so difficult and I'm so contraire and I'm just controversial, for kicks and giggles. And, while I do take some pleasure in being disruptive to social norms, I feel like if people took the time to stop and like think and breathe and live, that, you know, we're not so different, you and I. That's what I feel like. So I just don't want to, because at least on the first few surfaces, I am so different from everybody else. I really don't want to continue wasting my time believing that the uh, way of life that, you know, uh, is presented to us as the norm is what's going to satisfy me and make me happy. You know, well, I was just thinking, obviously. But yeah, so I just, and I don't even know what will do it for me. I don't know what would, I don't know, um, I don't know. Like, I don't know where I would need to veer off the course, I suppose, to feel some satisfaction. But I really do think, because I was thinking about it, I was thinking about it the other day, yesterday, or maybe the day before, and I was like, I, for a long time, I wanted to live in my car and, just travel, go different places, see different things, um, be able to talk to some people, charm some people. I am pretty charming. I can be, actually. And funny, like, meeting somebody, in person. And I like to make people smile and have fun, And it's funny because I used to, small talk or, just talking to people used to cripple me. I would freeze, have panic attacks, and I would be miserable, and now it's so funny because sometimes it can really be very pleasant and enjoyable, such an enjoyable encounter, and it could really make someone's day. It could make my day. It's like, that was really nice, just talking to a stranger and just kind of vibing and just enjoying one another's strangeness, not promising to speak again, not promising to hook up again, not promising anything to one another except for the moment, except just 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 an interaction just for now. That's it. I like that. So I think I am going to end up traveling the country in my car, which is really crazy, especially considering the gas prices right now. But who knows? I don't even have a car right now, and so pump the brakes. I have to renew my license really, really soon, um, and I have to deal with you know pregnancy, which I wasn't even gonna say anything about, but it's my truth, so whatever. So yeah, I have to deal with that as well. I mean, like, go through that. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't know. And for a while there, I remember I was asking my daughter's father if he would come with me. I was like, I can get a bigger vehicle than like just like a something that will fit me. I can get something that will fit, me, you, and our daughter, and we can travel and just enjoy, live life and have fun, and work when we need to, find a way to work, find a way to make money, but theoretically, in some aspects, our living expenses could be reduced. I mean, they could go up depending on how you live out there, but so I don't know, but that's something that I really do want to do. And there's like different things in my life that I really felt passionate about and I wanted to do, but this car thing, it feels right. It feels, I've thought about it for years now, and but I've never really made serious moves to make it happen. And then what would happen is, I remember maybe 2 years ago, I was very serious about making it happen, and I was like, I'm gonna start saving to do this, and it just went away from me. And I find that happens actually. I remember for a few years I really wanted to open a like a shelter for women and children, because I've lived at a shelter before, and then I worked at a women's and children's shelter before, and I really wanted to open one and try to help these women who are in similar situations that I have been in, and try to give them a place to relax, and people who are kind, and you know stuff like that. And who knows, maybe, I mean, I still love the idea of that, and so maybe in the future I might end up doing that, or I might end up working at another establishment such as that. I don't know, or volunteering, because then if I don't actually work there, then perhaps I could avoid um, some of the BS that comes with working in like nonprofits and all that stuff. Um, so I don't know, but I still love that. I still love it. I still think it's very necessary. So that might happen, but I know what I want to do for me for sure is I want to get in that car and I want to go out and I want to hit the road. Things that have stopped me before is safety, safety concerns, and what else? Something else. There was something. Oh, concerning getting like a bigger car, and like for instance, like making like a schoolie, like getting like you know um a bus, like a school bus, and like turning it into my house or whatever. um the idea that like some, because what I've heard is you know, like like getting it insured is a hassle. um if you get in a wreck in those bad boys, it's not good, it's not pretty. um yeah, that, you know, kind of made me hesitate. But concerning that, I mean, if I wanted a bigger, you know, a unit, I mean, I could still do it. I could still like renovate out something and just go. uh and I thought about something like that with like those little like vans as opposed to like a big bus. um and like just keep it like simple enough to where I feel like I'm not putting uh too much weight in the vehicle and making it just not safe anymore, you know. So I feel like there are ways to do it to where it's still safe and like okay, car wise. And so I think like if I do it, it will be like a very simple thing. um like nothing too fancy and just too much weight, you know. And I wouldn't want anything too big either, I don't think, at least not when I first start off, because like again, like just like safety concerns, because you know I could possibly be out there by myself for a while, and I would just want, you know, limit the amount of space where someone could, you know, break in and hide and stuff like that. And like me feeling like, oh, you know, I need to check this area, I need to check this area before I go to sleep. And like those like big like long school buses are like, a lot of them are really cool to look at. But you know, it's like if I'm gonna be in there by myself, it's like, do I need all that space? You know, probably not. So yeah, I think definitely gonna seriously work towards that goal of going out, you know, in my car and just traveling and living. I got most of this pregnancy left if everything goes okay. Um, and that's something that I am concerned about. This would be third, um, my third baby, I guess. I mean, I've been pregnant at least 4 times, but this would be my third baby. And I just, I don't know. I had epidurals for my first 2 labors, and you know, I've had back pain, and I don't know if it's like because of the mattress that I'm sleeping on, it's because I'm getting older, or is it because of me going through, you know, is it a pregnancy related thing? Was it an epidural thing? I just don't know. And so I was, you know, worried about getting another epidural, and I was thinking about maybe going for a natural delivery, you know, if I'm healthy. And that's something else I worry about. You know, I am getting older. I'm not even 30 yet, but I'm about to be 30. And you know, I know I did start working out, and I got in pretty decent shape. So I was like, that's fortunate that I went ahead and lost some of this excess weight before I got pregnant, and like kind of and helped get my heart in better shape with all the cardio that I was doing before I got pregnant. I've been feeling pretty sick, so I haven't really been working out for like at least 2 weeks. So I do plan on starting back a workout routine once I feel better. And I'm not worried that I'm gonna make myself feel sick by doing it. Um, but yeah, so what I worry about is just if this pregnancy is gonna be okay. You know, I just don't know. And even if I do carry my baby full term, well then I'm worried about what might happen to me in the hospital. Just because, you know, black woman, and you know, just like the mortality rates, you know. So I just a little concern, and you know, I understand that this might be the death of me. So and maybe that's helping putting things into perspective. And you know, I'm getting older, having another child, you know, it's like, is this is am I satisfied with, It's just kind of like taking stock of my life and what I'm doing and how I think, and like myself, taking stock of myself and asking myself, when I lay down to rest that for that last time, am I going to tell myself, good job, good job, you know? And I think that I am moving in that direction. I am moving in that direction. And I am proud of myself. I am proud of myself. Even at the same, even as I am disappointed in myself, I am proud of myself at the same time. Yeah. So just get through this pregnancy, hopefully. Well, if I come out of it alive, um, take care of my baby. I plan on breastfeeding if I can, and yeah, moving towards hitting that road, hitting that road. I don't know, what how it's gonna look like. I don't know how it's gonna go, but I know that I've spent a lot of time. It's like on the one hand, I feel like I am just capable of so much, but at the same time, when I look back at my life, I'm like, what was I thinking? What was I doing? Why wasn't I doing something else? Like why? I just think about all the things that I've been distracted about. Like I'm looking at all my clothes right now, and it's like, I do enjoy dressing up and being cute, but you know, it's like, I don't know. It's like when you're working, it's like, dang, I could have saved that money. I could have did this, I could have did that, but I, I, I was in like these last few years. I just, I, I, I think, a good way to put it is I've just been distracted, and that hasn't stopped me growing and maturing and changing, and it could have very well. I mean, I don't know if it was necessary, but I am determined to take everything and make it my advantage, right? So it's like, okay, I did that. I saw what that was like. I saw what that was all about. Cool. Now it's time to do the next thing, And so uh, I just spent so much time, questioning my relationship, with my daughter's father, and what does this mean, and does he love me, and do I love him, and is he treating me right, and is he doing me wrong, and literally years of this. And I think, God, I hope that I'm finally reaching a stage where I'm all like, okay, I'm ready to stop doing that. But the only thing, like, my problem is it can be hard to stop something when, like, you're still in that environment. And what I just thought was like, so it's like if I'm running on a track, right? It's like, and like everyone around me is running, right? So I'm running like with a group of people like on a track, and then it's like, okay, like let me stop and take a break and like take a breather. I am gonna feel the pressure because of where I'm at, because of the environment that I'm in, to start back running, to just start back doing what I was doing. It's like, isn't that why I'm here after all, to run? Like, isn't that what we're doing? Like, we're running, right? And so, like, I know that it is very, very easy for me to slip back into this stuck mindset with this man, especially because, like, right now, like, I'm living with him, so I have had several freaking epiphanies about this. several. And I'm all like, and every time I have them, I feel so much better. I feel a weight lifted off of me. But then I come out of my closet, I come out of my prayer room, as they say, and everything looks the same. Everything is the same. And it's like muscle memory. I just go back. I just go back. And I don't even remember the epiphany. All I remember is the gerbil will. All I remember is the race. That's all I remember. Muscle memory. All I remember. And it's like, God, I'm writing this down. I wrote it down. Now I recorded this. And it's like, I just want to remember this feeling, this clarity, so that when the old thing comes back to me, I don't treat him like a stranger anymore. Like it's a new thing. That's all. I'm trying to remember the old thing's face so that I can treat him appropriately. It makes me think of what is it? I think it's what is it? I want to say it's The Devil's Advocate, but I don't think that's it. I don't know, but it's with what's that guy? Is it Al Pacino? Al Pacino maybe? And Keanu Reeves, and Keanu plays a lawyer, and Al Pacino is the devil, but he doesn't know it. And like the devil is like seducing him. He's seducing him. All these different things to make him, do what the devil wants him to do. And he's like, no, like at the very, end of it, he's like, no, I'm good, no. But then he's like, at the end of the movie, he's like, he had just like won some case, and he's proud or whatever. And the devil, we realize that the devil has not given up, that he is still trying to make Keanu's character do what he wanted him to do. But now the devil showed up in like a different, he's presenting himself with a different face, a different body. So what I want to be able to do is recognize the old thing, no matter what it looks like. Recognize it. I want that to be my muscle memory. Instead of me recognizing the old thing and continuing to fall under its sway, I want to recognize the old thing and gird my loin. Like, okay, like, what this is. Now is not the time to relax and, be on your guard, and it's not even so much, like I said, it's not him, it's not the situation, it's not the environment, it's me, it's how I am when faced with it. So it's not like, oh, well, he needs to change or this needs to change. I need to change so that I will be free, so that no matter where I'm at, or no matter what's happening, or no matter what he's saying or doing, or none the matter, I am free. I am not in the same predicament. You cannot expect certain things to change. All that can happen is that you can change. So I'm not expecting him to lose his stripes, on the inside. He might lose them on the outside and things might seem different, and oh, he finally understands that he gets me, he cares, he does care. I didn't think he did, but no, he does care. No. And that's, fine. And I was saying that earlier. I was like, that's fine. the person I was talking to, they was like, no, that's not fine, you know, hello. I was like, well, I mean, you know, and I don't think I said it, but what I meant was in the sense that people don't, everybody don't mix. Some people, they just don't mix, you know, and he was a stranger to me, you know, and that's the thing about relationships and getting so caught up in them and getting your feelings hurt if you get rejected or if you get hurt. They were strangers. And you know, for some people it's like, no, they weren't, like we were childhood best friends and all that stuff, you know, maybe, or we were like in the same friend group, you know, stuff like that happens. But like a lot of times they're absolutely strangers. There's some rando that you met at work, there's some rando who, you know, you guys saw walking in the mall, or even there's some rando online and y'all follow each other, or he follows you, or you follow him, and you know, just random people. Don't be surprised if you engage with a random person and y'all don't get along. That's just what happens. And what I realize is that, you know, me and Terrence were not a good mix for like a intimate, you know, partnership. And you know, like I said, I was like, I feel like if we keep because we've already tried the intimate partnership thing and it's gone so haywire, I was like, at this point, I feel like we can't, I hope, for the sake of our children, you know, that we can be cordial with one another as long as like we avoid certain topics, like especially because it's like, okay, so we're not together, so some things we there's really no point in discussing. Like, I think the things that will immediately trigger us, we don't even have to discuss. There are some things that will be triggering because they would demonstrate a behavior or a personality trait that we have discovered that we dislike in one another, you know. So it's like we could be talking about something as simple as what brand of diapers to get, you know, and perhaps something will happen that will trigger an emotional response because it's all like, you were always like that, you know what I mean? So, you know, so I'm not saying it'll be easy, but I hope for the sake of the children that we could be cordial, just because I am interested in being in my children's lives. I do care about them, which makes it hard for me to just walk away. It's very, very difficult because I really, really do care. So yeah, whatever I do, anytime I might turn away from my children is not with ease and a light heart. That's not how it happens. So yeah, well, I think I'm about to, I didn't expect to record for this long, but I'm kind of not surprised. But I think I'm gonna use the bathroom and try to go to sleep. But thanks for your time, and I hope that you are taking care of yourself as best as you know how.